Espionage Act was passed in 1917, outlawing any form of disloyal or offensive speech to the U.S. government or flag, to minimize espionage and increase the severity of criminal law. However, this law has caused large amounts of controversy, with some criticizing that it excessively limits freedom of speech.
The year is now 1919. World War I has begun. However, many people, especially those in American Socialist Party, oppose the war effort. The fact that the government is able to conscript men to join the army has angered many, including a young man named Charles Schenk.
Excuse me, good sir. Were you aware that we are all the government's slaves?
Really?
Yes, the conscription of men to the U.S. Army violates the 13th Amendment and therefore has no ground to stand on. Don't join the draft. War is motivated by greed. Together we can petition to repeal the draft. The draft and the Espionage Act are unconstitutional and corrupt. Here's a flyer. And can you sign my petition?
Sure.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. What are you doing? The 13th Amendment doesn't say anything about the draft.
Excuse me, the 13th Amendment prohibits involuntary servitude unless it is a punishment for a crime.
What?
As far as I know, millions of men conscripted to the U.S. Army have not committed a crime. Sign my petition.
No. What you're doing is unpatriotic and unsupportive to the war cause. This is treason against the United States government.
I am protected by the First Amendment and I can say whatever I want.
No, you can't. As a New York police officer, I'm taking you to jail. You're under arrest. You're come to the station.
Unconstitutional. I don't know how you can possibly justify stripping freedom of speech from the American citizens.
What are you talking about? You're just a troublemaker looking for some spotlight. You have no basis here.
I'm defending the 13th Amendment, the amendment that was ratified by Abraham Lincoln to free thousands of Americans from slavery.
Yeah.
Order in the court. Order in the court. We are gathered here today to determine the case of Schenk v. United States. Plaintiff, state your argument.
Your Honor, there is no case here. It is explicitly stated in the First Amendment of the Constitution that every citizen, regardless of race or sex, has the freedom of speech. I was merely exercising this freedom. The Espionage Act violates the First Amendment and therefore has no place in national legislation.
Attorney General Alexander Mitchell Palmer, would you like to present your argument?
Thank you, Judge Holmes. The Espionage Act is constitutional because national security is a higher priority than First Amendment rights.
Objection, Your Honor. National security does not give the government the right to violate the natural rights guaranteed to the citizens by the very document this country is founded on.
Your Honor, Mr. Charles Schenk was just attempting to cause a panic within the people and can cause a danger to our society by trying to eradicate the very necessary draft.
The court will now make a decision.
Peace up, A-Town.
Order in the court. The court has come to a decision. The court has unanimously sided with the United States. In times of war, the natural rights can be suppressed in the interest of national security. Protesting the draft constitutes a clear and present danger of substantive evils to American society. The Supreme Court now sentences Charles Schenk to 6 months in prison. This court is now adjourned.
Oh no!
I knew we were going to win.
First try.
Go.
Government sucks. Government sucks.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't do that. That's a clear and present danger to our society.
If we were directly after the time of Schenk v. United States, I couldn't say that, but now it was overturned by Brandenburg v. Ohio, and it has to constitute imminent lawless action, which it didn't, so I'm allowed to say that.
Wow. Guess you're right.
Do you want to march with me?
Why not?
Government sucks. Government sucks.
Once upon a time, 100 years ago, we all went to war, ripped up from our homes. You drafted us, you drafted us, you drafted us, us. Oh, it was not fair, so I stood in protest. I growled like a bear, you put me to the test. We went to court, we went to court, we went to court. The Supreme Court. They had to choose. When I lost, I had the blues. Schenk v. the United States.
Then I won.
It was overturned on a later date.
Oh, I thought the case was done. Schenk
Be the United States.
Then I won.
It was overturned on a later date.
Oh, I thought the case was done.
Oh! Oh! Schenk, Schenk, Schenk. Oh! Oh! Schenk, Schenk, Schenk. Thanks to the courts, I lost my rights of speech.
During times of war, your rights I can breach. Your freedom, your freedom, your freedom, dum, 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 dum. The Espionage Act is constitutional.
The 13th Amendment ended slavery. The Espionage Act brought it back, back. Alright, we're long gone. When you declared war,
Your rights can be suppressed to protect borders.
Schenk be the United States.
Then I won.
It was overturned on a later date.
Oh, I thought the case was done.
Schenk be the United States.
Then I won.
It was overturned on a later date.
Oh, I thought the case was done.
Schenk be the United States.
Then I won.
It was overturned on a later date.
I thought the case was done.
Oh!
Oh,
Schenk, Schenk, Schenk. Oh! Oh! Schenk, Schenk, Schenk.
Brandenburg v. Ohio overturned Schenk v. United States in 1969, ending the clear and present danger test and stating that the government cannot prosecute angry, offensive speech unless it directly incites eminent lawless action. The significance of Schenk v. United States is that it introduced limitations to freedom of speech at times of war and when it causes danger to the government or our national security.
It's raining tacos.